to do any of this anymore.
It says we are live.
Okay. Can we be heard? Can we be seen?
Right.
I can see ourselves, but that doesn't mean.
But we have no idea.
Right. Ooh. Hold on. I guess I'll use my own phone to find out if volume works. Yes, it does. Okay.
Is it working?
Yes, I could hear myself.
Okay.
Can you hear yourself?
I cannot hear the any audio.
Really? I literally just heard it. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. I heard it too.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
You know, a month off. I'm glad to see we are still true to form. Now, can we remember how to do the beginning? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. Let's see how well this goes.
How well it goes.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our monthly Friday night live stream. It is currently our only live stream that we ever do anymore because we decided to just blow it all up. And as Silent pointed out, we actually arrived right on time. It's because it would have been a couple minutes earlier, but my mic fell apart right before he could hit the button he needed to hit. So technically there will be a kinky Q&A for anybody who might have kinky Qs for us to A, but not yet. First 30 minutes we just get settled, make sure everything's working.
Right.
I can't decide where I want the mic placement to be. I don't want to breathe too heavily into everybody's ears. So this will be interesting. I'm going to say hi to folks.
Go ahead.
Because I haven't done that in forever.
You haven't done that in a hot minute, have you?
I know. Hi, Tayshu. Hi, Kim. Hi, Julie. I'm scrolling. Hi, Silent. I'm scrolling. Hi, Yarn and Whiskey. I'm scrolling. Hi, X. I'm scrolling. Is it the We Lover? Because that's 2 W's, but I mean, it could be whatever y'all want it to be. Hello is what I was trying to get to. Hi, Autumn. How does this work? I don't know. All I had to do this week was record like a 1-minute intro, and that took some doing. I still was very confused. We're here.
We are.
We've been gone.
Yes, we have been.
We're still gonna be gone for at least a couple more weeks. I don't know if there's if I'm waiting for a magic date or if I'm waiting for a magic feeling. I'm doing better at not completely breaking down for days at a time anymore.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
I have learned. So for anybody who's like, what the hell? We're taking time off because my mental health just tanked. But I finally got a therapist again, so we're working on it. I see her every Tuesday at 9 a.m. And so I have learned that I only work half a day every Tuesday. I take the whole morning off because I got to decompress after some of that stuff. It's almost like if you bottle everything up for 46, nearly 47 years, that's not good.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Nope.
So. Yeah, Autumn, the boards are, we actually almost never take them down now. Even when we have service people in that house, we're like, fuck it, whatever. Whatever. I do want to say I have 100% missed y'all. I've 100% missed this. And I knew, because it had been up in the air between us, were we going to stream for this month or not? And then something happened with the kinkery over the weekend. And I was like, I need to complain about this to somebody.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay, yeah, I'm clearly feeling okay. All I want to do is bitch about a thing that happened. So, oh, hi and bye, Mr. Spock. So, what do you want to talk about? How you been? I mean, I'm sucking up all the oxygen, but that's what I do.
I'm doing great.
He says with a bleary-eyed look on his face. Okay.
No, I've been, I've gotten hooked on a new TV show.
Yes, he has.
Only Murders in the Building.
Yes, and we are very
Yeah.
late to it. It's on like its fourth or fifth season now. I think the
Yeah.
sixth season is coming soon-ish. And I resisted it at first.
You did.
You were like, I want to watch this. I'm like, I don't really feel like committing to a show right now. And I actually don't pay full attention. I am usually doing
True.
something else, but I'm paying enough attention now. And we're in watching season 3.
Season 3 now.
Where I'm like, ooh, I wonder who the killer is. We just started season 3 and we're already speculating.
Right.
So
yeah, Hulu kept recommending it.
Oh, sure.
Because we had said, you watch Schitt's Creek, so you might like this.
I know. I want to watch the new Dan Levy show, but I think it's on Netflix, but I can't even remember the name of it. I just know Dan Levy's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, we've just been like forgetting we own a TV, even though we pay for our streaming apps every month. You know how we are. No, I always sort of assumed the show would be really good because it's Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, sometimes, and then Nathan Lane. Oh my god. And now season 3, freaking Meryl Streep is in it.
Yeah. And Paul Rudd.
What the hell's going on? So big mistakes. Thank you, Silent. Is it pretty good? Okay, good.
Okay.
There was another show I was kind of vaguely interested in, and now I can't remember what the name of it was.
Wasn't it something Dungeon Crawl?
No, that's a book.
That's a book. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a book series, and it's Dungeon Crawler Carl? Dungeon Crawler something?
Yeah.
It's in Kindle Unlimited. If I finally decide I'm gonna get on the bandwagon with it, we can read it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it seems to be very popular.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Don't like it, just
I don't think I've ever actually read a book at the height of its popularity. I'm usually several years behind.
Yeah.
So this might be kind of interesting to actually, read it while the whole world's talking about it. I heard Carl in my head in a very specific way. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. I have not thought about that in ages.
In a long time.
Ages. Oh my God. Look at me remembering a name of something. Dungeon Crawler Carl. There's 8 books in the series? And apparently the cat is really the one who steals the show, according to things I've seen online.
Okay. All right.
So just saying.
Yeah.
What else?
I've been deep in another space opera.
Yeah, the one you're reading.
Yeah.
The titles are fun.
Yes.
For whatever it is you're reading. What is the space opera about, other than it being in space? That's sort of a given.
It's about humans suddenly acquiring superhuman powers, or superhero type powers.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we know how they acquire them? Is that part of it? Okay.
That's all part of it, which is why I really, and they can it's almost like they would be living a video game.
Okay.
Okay, because they can increase their powers, they can top stuff off, but they can only do it by beating the alien invasion that is coming to Earth.
So they have to play the level, is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much.
Oh,
yeah.
that's hilarious.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Autumn said Heated Rivalry is so good. I've only seen clips of it because we don't have Amazon Prime anymore. And it made me want to watch that. It made me want to watch that. I might just go find the books and read them. And I don't know enough about the plot of Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I know it's game oriented. Y'all know I don't know shit about that kind of stuff, so just be kind. But with the stuff you like and the stuff I've heard about that series, I think you would probably like it.
Okay.
Part of the reason I have not read it, I will be very honest, I completely avoid sports romance. I don't care if it's why choose and everybody's fucking everybody, and it's if it's sport ball, sport puck, sport with a stick, I'm like, I don't want to read it. And I'm probably missing some really good stories because of that, but I'm just like, no. No, now I'm mentally back in PE. No.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the clips from Heated Rivalry. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then the way, because I saw them through Instagram Reels, and the way people would like edit it with like music or with like just how they cut it together, I was like, okay. I'm not usually one to watch my romance. I usually like to read it, but okay. But I am reading all over the place. Ooh, I did finally after all this time get to read Katie Roberts' Neon God series, all 10 books. All 10 books. The first 8 are in Kindle Unlimited, and then my library through Libby had book 9 and 10. And I got them read in like a week.
Oh.
Yeah, it was good. They were good. Book 9 and 10 had me like edge of my seat for like the overarching plot of the series, less so about the romance, because the romances, they're gonna get together, they're gonna fuck. That's the fucking point. But yeah. So I was just very excited to finally get to read it. I owned the first 3 or 4 physical books. I stopped buying them because I stopped buying books because I couldn't read. I can't comfortably read physical books anymore. I basically, with the current prescription I have, I basically need large print. And my library does not have a lot available in large print. So the series that Katie did before the Olympus series, before Neon Gods and all that, and I can't think of the name of it, but they were in, it's where Hades and Hercules, somebody knows what series I'm talking about. And they're like, almost like Disney / fairy tale retellings. Those, somebody knows what I'm talking about. That series was really good too. I think I was working on that the last time we streamed, and I got through that, and then I went into a lot of Katie's books are on Kindle Unlimited, which didn't used to be that way. I don't know what's changed, but yeah. Well, Silent, on my Kindle app, I see everything perfectly because it's backlit so well, and the font of whatever I'm reading is large enough. But a physical book in my hand with pages, which is how I would prefer to read, no, it's very uncomfortable. I get really bad headaches. Glasses on, glasses off, doesn't matter. Lights up high and bright, doesn't matter. Oh, thank you, Autumn. So yeah, hey Eva. So yeah, I have the Kindle app on my phone, and so basically my phone just lives in my hand. And since I both relax and disassociate by reading, I've been getting a lot of reading done lately. So yeah, I'm in the middle of a duet that's literally like the sacrilegious something. It's very taboo, religious, kink, questionable consent in book 1, which was like you were warned about in the content warning, so that was fine. I'm really hoping our very innocent, it's gay romance, I'm hoping our very innocent subby type like figures out that he's actually got some say-so and some autonomy and whatever in book 2. So, but it's really good. It was I don't read a lot of what I consider taboo. I read some dark romance. I don't mind dark romance, but even some of it to me, didn't make the book bad. It made it interesting, but I was like, you should not be doing that with him right now. He's very vulnerable. Like, he doesn't even know he has options yet. I had big thoughts about it. The Wicked Villain series. Thank you. Yes, the Wicked Villain series. That was a good series. If I recall, when we talked about it last time, literally a month ago, I was nearly through this. I was like halfway through this series, and Katie had gone back and edited those and then added footnotes of their thoughts as she was writing it. But that stopped on like the last 2 or 3 books. But I now can hear Katie's voice in my head at certain parts of even the Olympus series because of what had been said what they had written as footnotes in the other books, I was like, oh yes, Katie likes that kind of thing. They said so in that footnote. So that was cool. But yeah, lots of reading. Because that's what I do.
Mhm.
I don't even hardly watch YouTube anymore.
No, you don't.
I'm way behind on my podcasts. Every podcast I'm subscribed to has like a dozen episodes waiting for, at least, for me to go listen. What have I been doing? Just staring off into space and reading books?
Reading books. I mean, there's a couple things you and I watch together on YouTube, but
We watched Josh Johnson.
Yep.
God, he's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Try to catch the Daily Show.
Yes. Jon Stewart's night.
Jon Stewart.
That's the one I'm most interested in. And then last week tonight was John Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which is where I get educated and depressed all at once. It's like I know more about the world and some atrocities, so I'm better informed.
I wish I didn't know.
Right. I love being an informed citizen. This is great. It's still Florida hot.
Yeah.
Actually, the meteorologist you follow on Instagram has been popping up in my feed, and today our part of Florida was like a certain portion of Florida was like the only part of Florida not in the heat wave, heat dome thing that part of the country's been in. So that was nice.
Yeah, it's it's almost been like there used to be a time you could say, oh yeah, we had a couple, extreme heat days in August. Now you talk about when you get a normal day.
When you get a mild day. Yeah, and even then a mild day just means that the heat index was like 105 instead of 112. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, the other day I came in, I was soaked.
Oh yeah, your shirt was, you could have wrung it out. Yeah, with the news, I watch headlines. Like I have the AP app on my phone and I'll go look at headlines. And I did watch Florida primary stuff because we voted in the Florida primary, and so I was very heavily invested in that. And I don't want to get into it in this stream because I think it's a very sort of traumatic thing to talk about. But the other thing that's been all up in my feed has been the Lindsay Clancy trial. And I have seen all kinds of opinions about that. That's a wild one. Yeah. So, Silent, I would kill for that kind of weather. 50 degrees overnight. That's open windows weather. Yeah. That is what the hell that is.
That's open window sleeping weather.
Yes. Yeah. At the point that JB is still okay with it. Once we hit 40s, he'll open the windows for me, but he is layered up.
I'll be wearing my PJs to bed. I have an extra blanket on the bed, but
you know what? I get the best sleep of my damn life
you do.
On those kinds of nights.
And actually, believe it or not, in a way, I do too.
That's apparently sleep science or whatever says, for the most part, because there's always exceptions to this, most people sleep better in colder environments than warmer. And I've read what the reason is for that, but of course it's not in my brain. I just know, science says my room should be colder than it is. That's all I'm hearing. Lord.
Yeah, me, I get my news in the daily New York Times
I
email.
do get the New York Times morning newsletter. And that also informs and depresses. But it doesn't make me laugh. Not like John Oliver.
No.
So we're informed citizens. It's great. It's a good thing to be informed. It means you can't look away and you know what the hell's going on, but I would kill for some precedented times. Yeah. But what else?
I see you left me something.
I'm not even done yet. I've been a good little shop elf and glued up so many wooden things for JB that we are officially out of wood glue and we need to go get some more. It's almost like I'm
darn, a
trying
trip
to
to the hardware store.
I know. It's almost like I'm trying to get us ready for the holidays in hopes that somebody will buy something. That would be delightful. In this economy, I'll be grateful for it. Lola update. She had to do like a regular checkup because she's on a thyroid medication. Her original vet put her on that for weight loss because that vet kept up with some recent studies and said this, can be an option for some dogs, blah, blah, blah. And that's how we finally, after all these years, she slowly started taking weight off. But every 6 months she has to get blood work done, but she also had to get like her regular annual blood work done. So they did that blood work and they were like, oh, Lola's thyroid number is too high. So we did a 3-week test of taking her off of the thyroid medication, unless her health deteriorated in some way. And then that we would have reversed that. Then did blood work, $100.
Yeah.
Blood work for a thyroid blood test. That was great. And she was in normal range. And so then our very sexy vet, he is so gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That man is
a
delight.
We try very hard not to drool in front of him because that would just make him uncomfortable. We would not do that to him. But
I kind of, he's got like Pedro Pascal vibes.
Yeah, but also he reminds me, oh my God, he was Zorro. What is that actor's name?
Antonio Banderas?
Yes, he reminds me
of
in appearance, but in vibe, I'd give you Pedro Pascal for that. But anyway, so 3 weeks later, they do the blood test. Oh, her thyroid is a normal level. And he's like, I don't know if it's just because it's dropping because we've taken her off her. This is where she's supposed to be. So 3 more weeks and then we'll do it one more time. And if she's still in normal level, then we don't have to do thyroid medicine anymore. But if she's not in normal level, then they'll adjust the dosage, but it'll be another $100 thyroid blood test.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything for Lola. Let's be real. Anything for Lola.
She's getting older. She's getting up in years now.
I know. She she is she's telling us something and I'm not sure what it is, but she consistently now here in the office goes under the desk table we have with all our recording equipment because that's where her crate originally was. When we first brought her home, her crate was in this office and that's where she slept every night.
There's a lot less stuff in this office at that time.
Ain't that the truth? And now for whatever reason she just lays in that spot.
Yeah.
From time to time.
She makes that her home under the desk. And it's the table that we used to sit on.
Yeah, it used to be in front of us here. Right. But we moved it to the side, changed everything around.
Yeah. And she's taking the laying under there.
If the computer was on all the time, I'd go, oh, she wants the warm spot. But the computer is very rarely on. No. So she just wants to be in that spot. So.
Yeah.
See? She knows we're talking about her. Ma'am, we're right here. I know.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
She missed y'all too, clearly. Hi, Lola. Please don't knock into the what's that
equipment?
Called? The equipment. Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. You're way down there. You can't be seen on camera.
No.
But do those old bones want to jump up on somebody's... Oh, hello. No, she wants my attention.
She wants your attention.
She doesn't usually want my attention, not when her daddy's here. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. She's such a sweet girl. Oh, here she comes. Let me move this to the side. Let me move... Oh! Hi, Lola. Hi, Lola. What is this? Hi, ma'am. Hi, baby. Well, she decided she wanted y'all to see her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
This is unusual. She does not usually try and get in my lap. because she is a daddy's girl. Oh, yes, yes. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to have a live stream and talk to the people, but clearly we need to let JB do that. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that face.
Right.
That face. Ella and Onyx are still crazy as shit. So some things never change. The 21-year-old has asked me to come see him twice in the past few weeks, and when I get to his apartment, sometimes he'll just come straight down and get in the car. But now that he has Randy the cat, he's like, "Would you like to come up to my apartment so you can see Randy?" I'm like, "Yes, let me see my grand cat." So
Need to go out. Come on.
She doesn't know she wants to go out.
Yeah.
Sure, lay right next to the... What the hell is that thing called anymore?
Tripod.
Oh my god. I can't even blame that one on brain fog. I just... Nope. So... Yeah, Randy the cat, the grand cat, chirps and meows when he sees me now. It's like, okay, am I getting that unconditional love like Lola and the cats do to my mom? Like they, grandma vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I'm not prepared. But the 21-year-old is officially a senior in college.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the hell? The first day of class, I think, was yesterday for them. I need to check in with him, see how that's going. I think he might have to do an extra semester, so technically he'll be almost like a fifth-year senior, but it should just be an extra semester. It was about to be a whole extra year, but I think that got worked out. So, the 16-year-old is just a couple weeks away. 3 weeks away from being the 17-year-old. Do I know what she's getting for her birthday? No. She asked for one thing. I immediately sent that link to my mom. Like, here, you need something to buy the kid. There you go. I have no idea what to get her. She doesn't really want things.
Yeah.
She'll sometimes vaguely talk about something she might want that she'll buy herself, and then she doesn't even buy it. I don't know. I got to work on that. She'll be... So... The 16-year-old is homeschooled. Her summer is a shorter summer than the standard school year. But she also starts later. She ends later, she starts later. So her school for her won't start till mid-September. She's going to be a junior in high school. So third year of high school for anybody who's like, what the fuck's a junior? Third year of high school. 11th grade is another way we would put it. That's wild. That's so wild. In a couple of years, I will not have any children whose education I am responsible for. I might become a whole new woman once I don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, there's still plenty of other things to worry about, but Lord. Oh God, thing 1 and thing 2 are in college. Wow. Tayshu, I think we should just label everything for me anyway. We were sitting at the dinner table the other night, and I was trying to say pieces of something. I don't even remember what it was. And what I did this as I was like groping for the word. I was like, oh, pieces. And somehow this was supposed to mean pieces. And of course I got teased mercilessly, but it's fine. It's fine.
Because the 16-year-old and I started doing the right along. That's
how I know I'm loved, when they're giving me shit.
Right.
Oh my God, what are we getting this almost 17-year-old for her birthday? I had to go pick up the most expensive prescription refill ever. And just over a week. 8 days.
Oh,
I gotta travel to Virginia to go pick up a prescription for this 16-year-old because they cannot legally mail it to us or call it into a pharmacy in our local area.
Yeah.
I love living in Florida. But I'm traveling by myself for the first time since 2016, 2017. It's been about 10 years since I've traveled anywhere by myself.
That's true.
I don't go anywhere by myself. I go run errands by myself. But to travel,
Yeah.
I got to get on a plane by myself. I have way more travel anxiety than I did a decade ago, too.
The time you went to Eroticon.
Until you started going with me.
Right.
Right. You noticed how quickly I fixed that and started bringing you with me to London. Yes. So, all that being said, it is 8:30. We will keep chatting, but we are also officially in our kinky Q&A portion. So if you have any questions where you'd like our take on a situation, or you want to know how we do something or what we think of something, you can ask them. Here's what you need to know. 1, the question needs to fit into a single live chat message. If it's too long for that, this is not the right place for that. You can use our contact page. You can email it to us. 2, please tag us when you type out your question. It does not light up the same way it used to make it easy to see, but it does help. And 3, if you do ask a question but you don't think we're answering it fast enough, do not spam the live chat. Our lovely moderators will put you in timeout. Ta-da! Okay, so, and if anybody's got questions, cool. If not, cool. Oh my gosh. Taishu, who has if I recall well, just last year you had one child in every type of school there is. Taishu says, I've only got 3 kids in 2 schools. Yes, 4 kids in 4 schools last year. I was remembering correctly. Yeah, that's
wow.
Yeah, and I was just annoyed when it was 2 kids in 2 schools. So I don't know, freaking rock star, Taishu. Oh God, a sample question. That's scary. JB has been making my Diet Coke dreams come true because he was influenced by the internet.
Yes. I learned a little hack, and when I thought about it, it was like, duh. But I took a can of her Diet Coke, poured it into a Ziploc bag, got all the air out, sealed it up, and put it in the freezer flat. And then after it was solid frozen, I grabbed a thumper and just...
I'm standing in the kitchen. He's been asking me for like a day or two. Let me know before you drink your next Diet Coke. Let me know. Yeah. And finally I'm like, I'm about to have a Diet Coke. He goes, hold that thought, because he wants to surprise me with this, which is wonderful. But he leaves the kitchen. He comes back with a fucking thumper, which we have restocked for anybody who's interested. Comes back with a thumper, and I'm like, are we doing this here now? What does Impact Play got to do with my Diet Coke? Am I getting spanked while I drink a Diet Coke? I think I'm into it. But why are we doing it in the kitchen? And that is all happening in one split second. But then he used it to crush the ice.
Yeah. And, it's fixed her up with the frozen Diet Coke ice and a fresh, crisp Diet Coke from the fridge and some lemon. Or lime.
Lime. Yes. It was delicious. And then he made some for me like 2 times. And then I made my own with the ice that was left over. And he went, oh, you didn't want me to make it for you? I'm like, oh, if I'm about to get some princess treatment around here, do not let me get in your way. I'm like, whenever you want to make more of that Diet Coke ice, cool. He has not made more of that Diet Coke
Tomorrow.
Ice. Okay. I keep opening the freezer looking for it. Silent has a question. We're going to a play party tomorrow to observe. How can I avoid being overstimulated from a neurospicy angle? I mean, so part of it is what kind of environment is it going to be? Is everything like out in the wide open? Are things happening in separate rooms? Is there... And you might not know till you get there if it's one you've never been to, but is there like a place that's kind of the social area where there might be a couch and chairs? The last one I went to, I did get very overstimulated. We played and I had a great time, but I also got very overstimulated. And so I couldn't avoid what other people were doing that would overstimulate me. But, 1, they had pets that were friendly. So I spent a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
petting, I think, a dog. I can't remember. I think they had a dog and a cat.
At both, yeah.
I was petting whatever furry animal was willing to come near me. I think I even got to hold one for a while. And I did that a lot. And you could kind of tell those of us who are like, actually, I do better with the pets at a party than I do with the people. Because we were all kind of like in the same area with several feet of space between us, each petting the animals as they came through. So there was that. I sat I got lucky. I got to sit in a seat that I was comfortable in. For me, that means my back to the wall. Nobody can come up behind me. I was on a couch, and I think I was kind of in the middle of it, but everybody was really respectful, and so would put space between themselves. Didn't like sit right on top of a fucking stranger. I also several times in that particular place, they had a designated smoking area outside, and not everybody smokes, thankfully. So I, with JB, walked out a few times to just stand in the fresh air, semi-fresh air. There was cigarette smoke in the air, but it was very quiet because people were smoking, were trying to smoke and get the fuck back in. They weren't socializing out there.
Yeah, I was still vaping at that time.
Yeah. So I used that. One time we moved off of the like couch area into another room that was darker, like the lights were way lower.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I could sit with my back to a wall or stand with my back to the wall and observe. And I had to find those places. And I had to be willing to sort of remove myself if things got overwhelming. But we sort of scoped out what the options were when we got there. We also tried to time getting there, so it wasn't once everybody was there, so we weren't walking into that, but it also wasn't, we got lucky. It was not at the same time a whole bunch of people were walking in. It was sort of in the about right on time, but not quite. And it was, we got to come in slowly, quietly, say hi to the host. JB like popped me in a seat. I'm gonna go say hi to people I know, and I went, I must sit right here and pet a dog. But you had to scope it out. Some people who are neurodivergent are probably going to be more attuned to having the space be maybe less overstimulating, or having more spaces for people who will get overstimulated. But if it's somebody who doesn't think about that, then when you get there, you're going to just go figure out where that place is. The bathroom. There were a couple times I was like, I gotta go pee. I did not have to go pee. I just needed to be in a room where there was nobody else. And I only stayed in there for as long as was polite, so I wasn't hogging the bathroom. So, yeah. That's how we handled it. Mm-hmm. We did leave before the party was over. One, because I'm not staying till the very end of a party. I'm not interested. Two, because I did hit a point. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done here. Mm-hmm. Please go get me a snack and a drink now. I want to go home. But I do like the idea of, Kim said, of bringing noise canceling headphones and letting X be your ears. That, to the extent that you are comfortable, to the extent that X does not get overstimulated. If X takes maybe if that makes you comfortable too, Silent, if X will just take the lead on things, and all you have to do is go like signal or just say it, or like have a word where you're like, I need a moment now, help me have a moment. Mm-hmm. But because that's the thing that JB has gotten more comfortable with. I just lean on him. I let him know this, even if it's not a kink thing, this is going to be a lot. And I already know this is going to bother me. And he is like, he then takes charge of the whole situation. We go to the farmer's market, which is, oh my God, not only are people dumb, but there's like 50 million of them. And he just takes my hand and just leads me, and I follow like a little duckling, and I don't have to use any brain power. I just can focus on trying to ignore everything around me, even though I definitely cannot.
Yeah. And it helps every once in a while to check in.
Yeah. You know, oh yeah, for sure.
Or, you know, you doing okay? You need anything?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you find a comfortable corner or spot to sit in, and in the way that makes sense. Just claim it for yourself and stay there for, come back to it if you can, kind of thing. Scope that out when you get there. Figure out where you feel like you might be the most comfortable. Yeah. But yeah, to the extent that X can, like, if you can turn off brain, let X be all that for you when you need it. We have, now that JB understands it better and understands me better and has figured out that no, life is better if I just if I just take charge in these situations. Yeah. And I just let him. Sometimes I need him to, because I get so overwhelmed. I can't think. I can't, nothing. It's not a shutdown, but it's like, I got no words. I got no thoughts. I can't react. I can't do anything. I'm lost. But I also want to like jump out of my skin, and I also want to like just scream. None of those are good. Not in the farmer's market, especially. Nobody's gonna understand why. Crazy ladies screaming. But yeah.
I don't know if y'all can hear Lola snoring.
I can hear Lola snoring.
She is deep asleep down there.
She's very happy where she is.
Mm-hmm.
She got to talk to y'all.
Right.
She's in a spot that she really likes to be in.
She's off duty. Her ears are down.
She's right next to a very warm computer, yes. So she's
True.
Yeah. But yeah, quite frankly, we haven't gone to any of that kind of stuff in a while.
No.
But I currently don't even have any interest in seeking it out, because I'm currently don't even want to have to navigate it to figure out how can I be comfortable, who am I comfortable with, what do I do when I'm like, I don't know what to say, where to look, I mean, it's almost like I've just forgotten how to interact with live people in front of me. So, but yeah, I don't know how helpful that is, but hopefully. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to ask, just like Silent did with her example. Tag us, keep it short, don't spam the channel. I feel like we've been like just boring people in the past few weeks. It's that whole I've been resting. Was it last week? No, week before.
You took the whole week off.
The only thing I did was process Kinkery orders and reply to customer service emails for the Kinkery. I didn't touch Living BDSM stuff. I didn't work on the Kinkery website. I didn't.
She wasn't out in the shop.
I didn't do anything. I took the week off. Oh, it was glorious. That was wonderful. And then I was reminded that I haven't done that in a while like that, and I really need to do it more. So, but that was a whole week of just a lot of reading.
Yeah.
A lot of reading of a lot of smut. So, Silent, I think that's great that the host has been that understanding. That's the kind of thing that makes it more bearable.
Yeah.
Especially if they let you know ahead of time, like, oh, the ability to plan in advance. Thank you. I'm always calmer if I have an idea of what to expect.
True.
Always, always, always. So, but see, Silent, introvert with ADHD. Yeah, then they're gonna get it in their own way, and that's very helpful. Very, very helpful. I mean, we're just boring people right now, aren't we?
Kind of, sort of.
Do we want to talk about food, beverages, movies? I thought for sure you'd wear your new Pink Floyd shirt to this live stream.
This is what I had on.
Oh, well, you're not telling me nothing. I get it. I don't blame you. I'm not saying you should have, but you get so many compliments and comments on. So for his birthday, the 16-year-old picked out a Pink Floyd shirt that she wanted that to be his gift. I had to do an exchange through the mail because it's wrong size. It arrives finally. It took forever. They do not email you when they have received your return. They do not email you when they are sending out the new one. He came to me at like a week and a half after I had sent it out, and he was like, "So what's going on with that exchange shirt?" I'm like, I can confirm it arrived. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And the very day I was like, I should probably email them. It arrived in the mail. So that worked. But so he wears it, and they were all women around his age. When we went to early vote, in the primary, when we were, where were we?
We were in Aldi.
In Aldi. There was another one. They were like, nice shirt. And it is. It's a cute little shirt.
It is. It's the it's a for the commemorate of the Wish You Were Here anniversary.
Autumn has a question.
Okay.
Any tips for a single queer woman going to a muncher party alone and scared to run into exes? Can you bring a friend? Do you know anybody who's going to be there or who would go with you, who can do interference for you? So there's that. 2, are we scared of running into exes because we just don't want to deal with it? Or is it because they are scary? If they are scary, please talk to the host of whatever event you're going to find out, are they coming? How do they handle this stuff? To the extent that you're comfortable telling them whatever the hell's going on for your own safety. So, scared to run into them because you don't want to freaking deal with them and you're like, is there a friend who can help you run interference and like keep them away or help you like wander off somewhere else and whatever? If it's scary because they are, they've done shitty bad things and they are scary people, please talk to the host. But yeah, the idea of going with somebody or meeting up with somebody and talking to them ahead of time and being like, hey, I do not want to have to deal with that. Can you help me? I don't. What would you say? Because because you might not have a friend who can do that for you. So
I don't know. I don't know.
The other thing is I don't want to ever tell somebody that they have to like reduce their ability to have a good time or live their life to avoid people. However, if it's going to be bad in any sense of the word, are you prepared once you see them to leave, right? If you can't get away from them, if there's nobody who can run interference for you. Is it possible based on what you know about these exes? Do they usually come to the party or event late? Do they show up early? Can you try to time your arrival at the opposite end of that spectrum to try to avoid them if you don't have anybody who can like help you navigate it? And Silent, that's a good point. What are the odds that they'll also avoid you? And sometimes we get very worried about a thing and it doesn't come to pass and the other person is equally as worried about it, but of course we would not know that. So, plan in your head how you want to handle that. If you've and the thing is if your ex is running the same kink community, you can't fully avoid it.
Yeah.
I would say, assuming it's possible based on the situation you're in, if you see them across a room or, headed your way, walk another way. Try to exit the space. Maybe there's another room to be in or there's another group to go talk to. If they do approach you, there's not a damn thing wrong with going, I do not want to talk to you. Right? And then walk away if they won't walk away. Having that in your mind of that's what I'm going to say if they approach me can sometimes help because then you've planned for it and you might not even need to use it. but yeah, if y'all run in the same kink community, there's no way to guarantee that you might not run into them. So plan how you want to mitigate that and how you want to handle yourself. You can't control what they do, right? All you can do is control what you do. So game it out in your head ahead of time of, okay, if they approach me and I do not want to talk to them, I'll try to walk away. If I can't walk away and they insist on talking to me, I will tell them I do not want to talk to them. If you tell them that and they persist, that is when you go to a host or to the organizer of the event and let somebody know that you are trying not to interact with this person and they are not listening to you. Because now we're talking about not respecting boundaries, not respecting consent, not in the middle of a kink scene kind of way, but like, I'm telling you to leave me alone and you're not leaving me alone. The organizer of an event should take that seriously as long as they're made aware of it. So, but yeah, so that's kind of all you can do. And it sucks. Like, would love for it to be I can plan this out, schedule this out. I never have to run into them again, and they might be having the same thoughts you are, or might be avoiding the same events that you're thinking of going to. It's hard to know until you go, so just keep that in mind. Audrey, hi Audrey, says, what are the most fun / creative pervertibles you have used or seen? Literally just today. JB comes in from outside. He goes, come with me to the bedroom. Okay, go in the bedroom. He goes, close your eyes, turn around, close your eyes. And I do. I'm a good girl. And next thing I know, I feel something like pokey, scratchy, sharp on my skin. And then he starts doing impact that's like punches, but it's like with extra oomph that feels really good, but like knocks the breath out of me. And I don't even remember what the damn thing's called, but it is, what is the thing?
Book holder, I guess.
A book holder. It's the one that people often use. They put your thumb through it and it sits in the crease of the book to hold it open. It's an accessibility thing for people who cannot just physically hold a physical book. He used it as a kink toy and was like, so should I make this available as a kink toy that we've perverted something, or do you want to sell it as a book? So that's the most recent pervertible.
Here it is.
Yeah.
And I held it like
almost like brass knuckles.
Yeah. Wooden knuckles.
Wooden knuckles. That also will help you hold your book open if you need the help. That's just the most recent one. My favorite in general pervertibles are always good wooden spoons. Somewhere in the depths of JB's toy bag it was such a good wooden spoon in my kitchen. The spoon part was almost like a spoon and a spatula. Like there had some whatever. It was wide. It was thick. It had like a good heft to it. I liked cooking with that thing. He likes hitting me with that thing. So that, those tend to be my favorite kind of pervertibles. What about you?
Yeah, kitchen stuff is fun.
And easy because, and accessible.
Like she said, the wooden spoon, spatulas work really well. I walked by her in the kitchen today, poking her with a fork.
Yes, he does. Oh, but in the home improvement store, obviously there's all kinds of stuff there. There's chains, there's this, there's that. Yeah. We tend to go down to where the wood things are. Of course we do. JB loves to get out a dowel. Okay. They're little wooden rods and they're in all kinds of thicknesses. And he does love in the middle of Lowe's home improvement store to smack me on the ass with it. And much like canes in general, the thickness of that rod, thin, thick, whatever, absolutely changes how it feels, changes the sensation. I don't like any of them, but he does. So yeah,
I've never used one, but I know some people, they used to go to the store and get those electric fly zappers. That
Oh
look like
yeah, the fly
tennis racket.
swatters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're for a zap.
Give you a little buzz. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people use those too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a we don't do it much anymore, but there was a time we would walk through a Dollar Tree, a Dollar General, a Walmart, a Lowe's, and kind of just look at stuff and let our imagination go wild. Like, can I hold that and hit somebody with that? Now, the one thing I will say is be careful with bondage items. You don't want to use actual duct tape in the place of bondage tape. Don't do that. Certain types of ropes or paracords, not safe to use. No. So not everything in the home improvement store is great for clothespins. The wooden ones, I like wooden ones, not for kink reasons. I'm using them in my kitchen at
Now, I don't know if you remember years ago.
But you could also do that.
In the home improvement store, someone used to buy the industrial rolls of the saran wrap. But they use it for
the plastic
packing,
wrap.
The plastic wrap.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, for like mummification. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's one of those things where if you just let your imagination kind of you just look at something and go, could I hit it? Let's say impact your thing. Could I hit somebody with that thing? Now here's what I'll tell you: do not pervert a Yankee candle or a candle you find in for wax play, unless 100% soy. Yeah, and there are a lot of soy candles out there. When they're dyed or fragrance, that can change how they feel, so be careful. But candles made with beeswax and some other things, not safe. Don't do that. Too hot, you could burn yourself. So some things I would probably just recommend not perverting, because a label can say 100% soy, but then it's lying to you, right? Like we're all aware of that kind of stuff. So yeah, but not everything can be perverted, but a lot of things can be perverted. The Jesus candles. I guess depends on what the Jesus candles are made with, Silent. I'm just always going to ask you to exercise caution with candle wax.
Yeah.
Because of the possibility of a burn. So if you're very experienced in wax play and have, been there, done that, then that's cool. But if you're a newbie, please just be careful. Aww, German Shepherd. I don't think I have the energy for another animal at this point. Sometimes I really want to get Lola a dog, and then I'm like, no, I don't. Not when her one thyroid blood test is $100. I don't want to get another dog right now.
Yeah. She had some serious zoomies earlier.
Yeah, she did. She usually does. She usually does. Tayshu says we should sell that as a toy and call it the page turner. Oh my gosh. I do also love a multi-purpose thing. When it's a pervertible, especially, like, oh, I use it to do this and I use it to do that. Okay. Hi, Emily. Emily's question. Thank you for being patient. Last week got off track. Ideas for a sir to make a birthday extra special for a princess. It's me and it's next month. Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday.
You know what? It depends on what you want and what you're missing. I would say this for extra special. I'm going to put myself in your shoes. If I wanted JB to make a birthday extra special and I'm thinking of in kink, I'm going to be thinking of a scene I've wanted that we've talked about, but we haven't done yet. My favorite kinds of sensations or favorite forms of play that I prefer. In terms of power exchange, whatever level that you both enjoy of how much control do you want to hand over for an outing that you might not normally get to do, or a day where you like your dom is the one, like they're your brain for the day, right? Like, and they're guiding and they're taking care of it, and you could just like turn all that off and just exist on vibes, right? If those kinds of things make you feel special, especially if you're not getting them a lot, that's the stuff I would say to look for. What is it that you really enjoy that you just don't get a lot of?
Because it's a personal thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, I could suggest things that, you know, but it would be things that I like.
Feel free to be thinking about my own birthday, which is 2 days after our wedding anniversary.
That's true.
So they do tend to kind of get celebrated together these days. I don't mind. But yeah, that's the other thing I know we have done in the past when we've been like, when we were really focusing on, okay, how are we getting back to our power exchangey selves and like coming off of autopilot. But I could see this being done for a special day too. We would go out and do everyday things, run our errands, go, you know, exist in the vanilla world, but we would have negotiated ahead of time, or at least talked a little bit about ahead of time of how he was going to take control of those situations where nobody else would recognize what was happening, but we knew what was happening while we just existed doing our everyday non-kink stuff. You know, if those kinds of things appeal to you and your partner, that's the kind of stuff I would look for to make a day special. So yeah, like what makes you feel your most princessy subby self that your dominant partner's willing to do for you or with you or to you, that kind of stuff. So oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
Simon is like, plug the shop, Kayla. Thekangaroo.com. Oh, I can say, completely off topic because it's not about pervertibles. We have clearanced a couple of things. We've got some diabolical stick styles that we still have that are more summery. And we are making room for our Halloween diabolicals. I'm working on those right now. That's what I did this morning. And so our pineapple and our lips diabolical sticks at thekangaroo.com are 30% off. If you have a coupon code, like you signed up for our newsletter or you got one in a previous order, you can use the coupon code on that too, because we don't exclude stuff like that. So, yeah, if you want a silly, fun, hitty thing that will definitely hurt, it's on clearance at thekangaroo.com. I literally have a link on the site that says clearance, so you can get straight to it. The pineapple is sharp, pokey, leaves pretty decent marks.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Your mileage may vary. The lips are thuddy. And I think they were cute, but they're very thuddy. I do not recall feeling any sharp sensations from the lips. So, and diabolical sticks are quiet. The noise comes from the person who's screaming because it hurts like hell. So, just so you know. So, you know, Mr. Spock, yeah, having the energy for the ones we've got right now. I know. I'm kind of glad, knock on wood, everybody's mostly okay. Ella seems to have recovered from her kidney, urinary, whatever the hell was going on. Bladder stones. I was like, there's a part of the system. I don't know. Her food, her new special diet, very expensive fucking food, is clearly very rich because our girl has plumped up. But she seems healthier and she's not peeing everywhere. No. So that's good.
And it's the right color.
It's the right color. It's the right color. Onyx is plumped up. She doesn't loaf anymore. She sourdoughs. That girl. And I say this as somebody who is not a small person either, but yeah, I'm like, okay, I hope you're just fat and happy. Oh my God, Mr. Spock. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, I'm hoping that the bladder stone thing for Ella diet worked. She's What kind do we have? We don't have the Hill Science, do we?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, we get it through Chewy. I was getting it through the Vet's pharmacy, online pharmacy, but their prices got crazy. And Chewy auto ship, 5% off, free shipping. More variety. The one we do, it's the CD. It's not the KD, right? It's the CD.
I don't remember.
There's all these levels. I'm pretty sure you're probably very familiar with that, Mr. Spock. So. Yeah. but we have it. I think it's because of how Ella is self-regulating how she eats. We have managed to make it so that Ella gets the correct amount of food, but she's kind of nibbling all day long. And so she cries less. She doesn't not cry when she thinks she should have food.
Yeah.
But it is less.
Yeah. Yeah. In the morning, she gets wet food. And I leave that there midday-ish. And she, goes back and forth and eats. In the evening, I give her kibble. And I give her the kibble. She will eat. And when she leaves, I'll take and put it away.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we go to bed.
Normally they get treats when we go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
She gets her food back.
Yeah.
And then she eats through the night.
Yep.
So. Just a reminder, anybody joining us, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Please tag us. It lights it up for us. The length of your question should fit within one live chat message. And please do not spam the live chat if we don't answer your question fast enough. Ta-da. Yeah, the CD stuff, I would love to get it in larger quantities than we currently do. We get a mix of dry food and wet food. Because the dry food is much cheaper and lasts longer, but we prefer the girls to be on wet food.
Yeah.
But to get the amount I would prefer to get is way out of our budget. I'm not getting that much. So we get the little,
single serve
cans. We get 24-ish. And that's her breakfast until they run out. I don't have it on a 3-week delivery. I have it on 4 weeks, 1 month. So there'll be a couple days where she doesn't get her wet food, but she gets her dry food. But it was the only way I could find to do it that was the least expensive when it would hit the bank account kind of payment.
Yeah.
I know buying in bulk, you ultimately save money, but my God, I did not want to spend $200 a month on food. So yeah. But yeah, the flavors, yeah, I guess that's the right word. The flavors we get Ella, knock on wood, so far Chewy has had. We haven't run into any problems. But I know that when I went in and was picking them out and shopping for them, there were a lot that they just didn't have in stock. So, pain in the ass. But we love them.
Yeah.
And so we do the best we can for them.
Yeah.
It's much like children. They're very expensive. These girls will break me. I'm just why in the summertime do you need all of the healthcare things and the expensive food things? The summertime in this economy? My God. So. But. Anywho. Feels weird we haven't talked about food. I actually don't have any food things on my mind that are even. Oh, Audrey has a question. Okay. Are there any kink or BDSM creators that are no longer on the platform that you miss? Oh my gosh. The people I miss are the sex bloggers I used to know and follow and write with. Some of them are still around, but a lot of them are like me and hit a point where nah, I don't want to do this anymore. And those were many of them were personal friends. I got to meet them. And,
we got to meet a lot of them.
But those are the only people that come to mind. You are more aware of more kink creators.
Not really, actually.
Well, you used to be.
Yeah, I used to be. I have been backing away from social media a lot.
Yeah, for your mental health, you need to. For my mental health, loving you, you need it too.
Yeah, I know.
We had to set some rules about when we were going to talk about certain things, news things, because he was on edge. No, there are some podcasts that I used to listen to, kinky, and I can see their logo in my head, and I can't think of their whole podcast name. Yeah, there was them, and then there was, oh my God, I can see the people. And I can't think of the paracord people. You know who I'm talking about. Kink Craft. I miss
Yes.
them.
Yes.
We got to know them personally. I did non-kink work with them
Pixie
for a while.
Yeah.
There was that one podcast. There, at least the host, I think, was based out of Gainesville. Do you remember who I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
You knew them. You got to know them online. You introduced me to them at a market we went to in Gainesville. I can see their face in my head.
Yeah.
Can't think of the name of their podcast.
I cannot remember the name of it either. Yeah, they kind of backed away. Yeah.
When this new administration
I know her, I remember her pet name.
So we're not actually imparting anything because we can't think of names.
Yeah.
It sucks getting old. Was it Kinky and Geeky? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Geeky and Kinky?
It was some iteration of that.
Yes. So Kinky Introverts, I don't think, is Off the Cuffs podcast not around anymore? Oh, Ignixia. Yes, Tasha, I miss Ignixia too. I miss Ignixia too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was thinking about them the other day. Yeah, it's a little strange to sometimes still be here watching, folks come and go, but I did that in sex blogging. I did that for consistently. I did it for 8 or 9 years, sporadically up until the 10-year mark, and then I hit a point and I went, I didn't have a problem with the thing I did. It's all still up and available for anybody who might want to read it or look at it, but I just lost the desire to. I think it was when I lost my libido. I didn't want to talk about sex if I couldn't even conceive of having desire, and I did not want to talk about ad nauseum the fact that I didn't have a libido. That was that's not what I want to spend my time doing. So, but in content creation of any kind, yeah, you kind of come and go. Us taking this break that we're on feels so strange because a weekly podcast has been, part of the majority of our time, for over a decade. And so
Pretty much, yeah.
But oh, is that what happened to Tashu? I did not realize that. So, Whiskey, I'm glad we have the back catalog for you. When I put out this week's From the Archives episode, I had committed to this. It's why it took me so long to start trying to put anything out from the archive, because I was procrastinating. But I was committed to listen to what I said. So if I needed to correct myself and be oh, we would not normally say it this way, or our opinions have changed on this or whatever, I wanted to be able to I had to know what the fuck I had said. And thankfully the people pleasing one is only from 4 years ago, which I say only from 4 years ago, but podcast has been around since 2015. So yeah, only 4 years ago. And I was like, oh wow, I actually sound like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I was surprised. But yeah. Yeah, there are Morgan Thorne. I think I remember that name. There are a lot of sites that they will have blog posts that still come up in Google when I'm looking up a concept. But you go to their site and yeah, they haven't published anything new in years.
Yeah.
With blogging, it's actual writing a blog, not on Substack, which Substack would be hard too, because just trying to get people's attention is not always easy. But blogging, old school blogging, it's hard to do it at a time when many, not all, but many people would rather watch a video, would rather get it from TikTok. It's if you're not that type of person to want to create that kind of content, long form written content, it's you feel like you're being, I know from my personal experience, you feel like you're being left behind. Nobody cares. There are readers out there, and there are people who would prefer. I often prefer to read the content because I can take my time with it. And long form content, written or spoken, a lot more room for nuance. But yeah, there was in the early 2020s, like a few years ago when I was still trying to keep up with it, it was tough. We were competing, especially in the pandemic, we were competing against TikTok and YouTube. And it makes it hard to keep going sometimes when you think nobody's paying attention. So, oh yeah, Sue Johansson. Yeah. Yeah, she was like the original. I'm sure she was not the original, actually, and I cannot think of this person's name. But when the Hitachi first came out in the 70s, there was a sex educator, I cannot think of her name, who was teaching women how to use the damn Hitachi. And how to, because the Hitachi, even the current 21st century versions, those fuckers are powerful, okay? Oh my god, you can almost grind your clit off with that thing. It's like a fucking jackhammer. And she was teaching, like, doing seminars or whatever, and was sharing tips like put a towel over your vulva and then put the Hitachi on ya, and it's less intense. And I was like, and that was back in the 70s.
The only one I remember, at least by name, Dr. Ruth. Dr.
Ruth, yeah.
Yeah.
By the time I was aware of Dr. Ruth, she was already a little old lady. And I, as somebody who was brought up very sex repressed, we did not talk about sex and bodies and any of that as a kid. That was like actively discouraged in my house. To hear Dr. Ruth talk about stuff, I was like, oh, it was shocking. Silent, but you got my point about what the Hitachi can feel like. You know what I was saying. Yeah, I'm glad you found us, and I'm glad we could save your sanity. Yeah, 2020 was when our numbers, people paying attention to us, started to go up, and it peaked in about 2022. And then by 2023, it started to fall off, and I'm not going to go in and compare to where we are now. We're not at our peak anymore, which is fine. It's a lot more relaxed now, quite frankly. But yeah. Silent, be impressed with me that I could actually make that metaphor, simile, whatever thing I did where I gave you that picture. I'm proud that I had the words for that. Okay. It's 9 something at night, our time zone. I don't usually have words at this time of night. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Silent, here on YouTube, we are grateful for every single subscriber because y'all are hard won. YouTube was not helping us out.
No.
YouTube was in the dashboard in the studio was clearly playing with some updates the other day, because the view I had 2 days ago when I was logged in, I did not have today when I logged in, but it had a column in our content that was showing, they've changed how they do it with how, I can't think, see, I've lost words, how monetized you are. And it was, instead of kind of saying may qualify, it used to be kind of softer language. It was does not qualify for ads, does not qualify for ads, qualifies for some ads. I was like, oh, okay. I went down one page of videos, which was like 30 videos, and like 20 of them does not qualify for ads. Yeah, thanks, YouTube. Yeah. I still fucking contend. If YouTube wanted to, it could do a YouTube After Dark fucking version. There's no way, with all the technology and all the fucking data that Google has on all of us, that they couldn't fucking do it. But yeah, it's this thing I'm still working through, but it was advice and a thing I needed to read. A year or so ago, I came across this. It was for content creators, for brands, for, you know, people like us, I guess, it said, you know, the problem when you make yourself the brand, right? Your name or your life or your personality, when analytics dip, when, you know, you're not bringing in as much money, when people don't watch a video or listen or whatever, the numbers drop. It's very easy to say, you know, it's me that they don't like. That's why they're not here. And I have for years, I've had to like go, no, there are things I could do different that would change us. And some of this is about the attention economy. And some of this is people just don't need this the way they did, you know, whatever it is. But it becomes like, again, words are hard. You internalize it as there's something wrong with you because your numbers are dropping. And that resonated when I read it, but then I realized the clear difference with the kinkery. I get stressed out when the numbers drop. I get stressed the fuck out when the sales drop, especially in this economy. But I don't take it personal because there's a bit of a remove with how we handle the kinkery. I mean, yes, JB, you're going to see him way more than you're going to see me. You'll hear my voice and stuff because I'm typing shit. But like, there's a remove. This is about the product, right? People might not like the product, but that doesn't mean they don't like us. With loving BDSM, this whole fucking thing is us. I'm working on that, okay? And of being, you know, more objective and understanding, okay, here's the reasons the numbers have changed or that this is different. And, you know, some of it is stuff we do control and some of it is stuff we do not control. So,
Sorry.
It's not even 9:30 yet.
No. Lola's still sound asleep over here.
Yeah, but not snoring anymore.
No.
Gender Queer Nymph says, another person whose blog I really miss is C Pony. He used to do wonderful pony play content about a decade ago. His site is mostly archived, but it's a wonderful resource. That's the thing I really like and that's one of the reasons I don't shut down my sites. Even the Smutlancer, which I only did for a few years. If some of that information is still good, and if it can be a resource because somebody randomly Googled something and we popped up, you know, yeah, as long as I can afford to pay for the hosting on sites I'm not actively updating, you know, and I know that there's something worthwhile there because of the response I got when I wrote it. You know what I mean? So, oh, I'm glad you did too, Autumn. Glad you did too. Yeah. So I would love to do more, not the way we used to, but I'd love to do more review content. But here's what happens. Even if it's a thing I choose, not somebody sends me something, but it's like, it's our thing and we would like to review it. The moment I tell myself, put this on the list for a future review, my brain rebels against me and goes, no, that feels like pressure. And we don't want that pressure. And then I don't want to have anything to do with that fucking product because I feel an obligation to review it. Does that sound insane? Yes, I'm aware. As my lovely therapist, who starts almost every sentence with, well, yes, and women with autism or women with ADHD tend to fill in the blank. She also, second session in, went, have you heard of PDA, pervasive demand for autonomy, or I can't remember the other one, pathological demand avoidance? And I was like, yeah, I'm familiar with that one. She clocked me. She clocked me from a mile of fucking away. And I went, okay, so that's what that is. And I know that's what that is. So, oh, don't apologize for the questions. We love the questions on them. Are apps like Field and FET my only hope? Okay, I'm going to give it's going to come across as a lecture. I'm not trying to lecture you. I get intense. Okay. So here's the thing. FetLife is one of the best places to know you're talking to kinky people. Field is kind of, but I have heard that non-kinksters, polyfolk, non-monogamous people are using it as well, and so it's diluted. But here has always been my theory and my view on trying to find other kinky people, partners, otherwise. Wherever people gather, there are kinky people. There's kinky people on Instagram. There's kinky people on Facebook, TikTok, Blue Sky, Thread. Like, pick a platform, the kinksters are there. They're not always easy to find because the algorithms do not favor us. So 2 things. 1, I'm a firm believer. Make friends with people before you try to do whatever you're going to do with them. Because before you're going to do whatever you're going to do with them, make sure you actually like them as a human being. That's our basic philosophy. But if the dating apps and places like FET are not appealing to you, or you're not finding folks, or you don't like what you're finding, whatever platform you are most comfortable using and you like to spend time there, go there now, especially if privacy is a concern. If you don't already have one, make a kink profile, okay? That's got ideally its own email address. Make you a Gmail one, or whatever the new hotness is these days. Whatever your name is, whatever. So it's separate from your non-kink stuff if you're trying to keep that separation in your life. And just go be a kinkster in the space you already like to be. You will come across people. It takes a while. It's not easy. You can do searches for kink. Like on Instagram, I could search for kink. Stuff will come up. That doesn't mean the algorithm will automatically bless me, right? And spend time in the places that you're comfortable with, getting to know other kinksters. That is the lecture I tend to give on that. But if you want to know for a fact that 99.9% of the people you're interacting with are kinky, FetLife is the only one I know of that's got enough people. We get emails. You don't check that email inbox. We get emails all the time of somebody who's like, I've got an app, I've got a site, I've got a this, I've got a that. But they're sending it to me when they've got like 12 people. I'm like, no, call me when you got a couple 100,000, because then there's somebody for me to send folks to go talk to.
The Cage.
The Cage is a good one.
Yeah.
Fetish.com used to have a community.
Okay.
That's a very international community. I can't think of any others right now. I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure people are out there creating communities, and I do have some emails in the inbox of new apps and new sites that I have not gone to look at, because I'm like, I got to make sure you're not a scam first. So, but yeah, that's my default. Let's see. Hopefully that helps. Oh yeah, autistic with CPTSD. Autumn, I feel you. I feel you on a very personal level. This does not work universally, but I think if you're not already comfortable with it, if you can get comfortable with the direct communication that supposedly many autistic people are comfortable with, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, except unless you've been taught by everybody in your whole life that they do not accept your direct communication, and so therefore you hide it, right? You mask, and you like have learned to speak the language, right? If you are comfortable with direct communication, or are willing to get comfortable with direct communication, there is something about that will cut through the bullshit. Because, and I get to say this as somebody who's partnered, who's not worried about trying to find somebody, but I was kind of like this when we met and before we met. I just said what I had to say, and if somebody was put off by it or intimidated by it or didn't like vibe with me because of it, fine. See yourself out. I'm weeding you out. The people who could go toe to toe with me or liked that direct communication and liked my bluntness and liked my sass, clearly somebody does. He's still here. Those are the people I wanted to vibe with. And I did not know anything about neurodivergency at the time. I certainly did not suspect myself of it, but I look back and I'm like, oh, when I purposely told myself, just say the fucking thing online where I felt safer to do it. You know, there was a lot of rejection. There were people who couldn't understand it. There were people who wanted, like, cis men primarily, who wanted to like make me change that. Yes. But also there were the people who responded to it and who appreciated it and who weren't intimidated by it. And it's only in retrospect I can look back and go, I used that thing about myself that's probably part of my neurological wiring, and it actually got rid of a lot of people I didn't want to fucking deal with anyway. That does not always work, and everybody's different, I know, but I'm just saying, if that resonates, feel free to use it. Let's see. Let's see. Genderqueer Nymph asks, speaking of making brands about yourself, would you have any advice for someone just starting online sex and kink work? Woo! It's hard work.
Yeah.
The hardest part is getting seen and noticed, right? So if you're and part of that does depend on what platforms you're using for your work. Like a place like OnlyFans doesn't have like a way to be found algorithmically unless something has changed, but I had not heard about that. But there are platforms that do. If you are going to build your own website, which I highly recommend anybody who does anything online with sex and kink, own your sandbox, because when you rent it, they can kick you out. When you pay for your self-hosting and you have your, your own domain and you control it, then you still have to deal with, I got to get people to find me, but at least nobody's kicking you out of your own damn sandbox. But yeah, I cannot speak directly to the work itself because I am no expert. We managed OnlyFans for like a year, and I would go back and do it again, but it was not easy. No. And we had a built-in audience, right? So the work itself, I can't comment on, but the getting found, the building an audience part.
The getting found, I think, is one of the worst.
The hardest part.
I know some of the creators that I followed on Instagram, they do their best to stay ahead of the algorithm. They key, when one account was closed down, they already had an alternate account to go to, and then they'd open another one. And
one thing I've seen, and I see this on Instagram because Instagram is my preferred platform. I don't know why. All of Meta is evil, but if I gotta pick one, I'm on Instagram. Okay. What I have seen from some online sex workers is their content has nothing to do with their sex work. They might talk about relationships. They might give like generic advice or talk about, but they build their platform on social media based on their own personality and the things outside of sex or kink work that interest them. And then they're like, in this case, the people I'm thinking of, they have OnlyFans. That OnlyFans is
Jiggle Physics. That's one that comes to mind. OnlyFans creator.
Mm-hmm.
And her thing on social media is she'll talk about physics.
Yeah. Okay,
but she's
and that is a route to take. When you're doing kink, one option, if you feel comfortable with it and you feel like you have the knowledge to share, is to talk about what you know and believe and have learned about kink concepts, like, not necessarily the doing the pro work, but like, okay, let's talk about communication. Let's talk about consent. The thing with that is you have to want to fucking talk about it and enjoy it and be willing to, if that's the angle you take, like, be willing to spend time to build that community. Whatever platform you use, whatever content method you use, whatever, you got to put in a lot of time and effort, because one, a single viral TikTok does not automatically equate to sales. We've gone on Instagram and Facebook I say semi-viral because we don't get millions of views, but for being a kink creator for the Kinkery.com, we'll sometimes get up to like 500,000 views. That's a lot of fucking views for a little kink creator. Okay.
Let me see if she wants to go in.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get views, we'll get likes, we'll get comments, and it will not translate into a fucking thing. So it's better to try to build a following of some sort that likes you on some level based on whatever content you're putting out, to be found and to be seen. And not worry about going viral.
Now we'll see if she carries on or she goes to the sofa.
Yeah, we'll find out. And you can do it with long form written content. Substack is there. I know that there are kink creators who are using Substack. I am hesitant because Substack can decide tomorrow that they do not want sex and kink on their platform, and you're gone, right? But that's an option. Like, if it connects with what you're doing, cool. Or if you would rather, you're trying to use an Instagram, a Facebook, a whatever, a TikTok to get around the content moderation. I have seen a lot of people just pick a thing that they're interested in talking about. Sometimes it's fashion. Sometimes it's, there's one guy who apparently is a very successful OnlyFans creator in that case. And his content, he talks about all kinds of stuff, but his main content is, men, please wash your asshole. And here's how you set up your apartment, your bathroom, your personal hygiene to not, make people run screaming from you because they're grossed out. You know, be a good partner, attract the kind of partner you want, kind of thing. And that's his shtick. And so he's actually making money through social media as an influencer, as a content creator, but he happens to have that link and people will go look, and then all of the things.
And so on and so on.
So there's a lot of options. There's no single one way to go. I've seen people do it through YouTube. Their YouTube channel is not like ours is, where we're talking about kink. They're talking about whatever. It's personality based.
Yeah.
The link, you know.
I think if it's possible, one of the biggest things sometimes is if you can have a dedicated spot for your equipment that you don't have to set it up and take it down.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, for creating your content, whatever your content's going to be, I mean, Autumn, I can't believe we're in a world where we have to tell the cis men to wash their ass, but here we are. So Reddit can be great. And if you are thinking of it, I'm assuming you're already on Reddit. Oh, please read whatever the rules of the subreddit are, because some of these people don't fucking play. Blue Sky, we've done Blue Sky for both Loving BDSM and the Kinkery. And part of it is because I was not a good Twitter user, so I'm not really a good Blue Sky user. It didn't, the last time I was on it, and things can change, and I'm sure have changed, it didn't quite have the audience there. It didn't have but I'm not good at starting conversations in places like Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, whatever. But I do think Blue Sky is a good alternative. I would, technically, on Twitter, you can get away with all kinds of porn these days. You could be as, not safe for work as you want to be, but also you've got to deal with the Nazis. So I would not recommend Twitter, but Blue Sky is not a horrible alternative. But yeah, just realize it's gonna take time, and it's gonna take work. And I 100% agree. Whatever you can do to make creating your content easy for yourself, a dedicated spot. You just keep things set up. Batch making content, that could be batching your Blue Sky posts. Unless something's changed, you cannot, I don't think you can schedule posts directly in Blue Sky, but if you use something like Buffer is one of the options, you can connect your Blue Sky to a Buffer account and you can actually schedule posts. And that's a good way to stay consistent. So yeah, there's a lot to it. But the biggest thing to know is it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes consistency. Consistency does not mean constantly. Don't do that because you'll burn out. Consistent is you have a amount of times you're going to show up and you're going to do these things at these times on these days in these spaces, and people get used to knowing that you're there, or that you're gonna be there, or they're looking for your content, and the algorithms go, this person does post consistently, so we can feed their content into the algorithm. But if you're like really haphazard, the algorithm goes, they're not actually here, and so you don't even get shown to your own audience. So but yeah. Yeah, Silent. It's gay to have sex with your wife. It's gay to wash your butt. It's what was one I heard the other day that it was as absurd as it's gay to fuck your wife. There was something I heard and I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
We were watching one guy was talking about foreplay. Said if you're spending more than 5 minutes on foreplay, it's too much. Too much.
Men, is it gay to like your wife?
And the gym was another one. Remember that? Talking about how men are too distracted at the gym.
Yeah. The men who have created an all men male gym. I mean, if there's an audience for that and there's people willing to pay good money for that, cool. Do what works for you. But now that I'm only with my bros and it's men everywhere and I'm not distracted by the women, there's just men for miles. I'm like, I don't, it's not gay to be in single sex spaces, but for all y'all that are worried, putting a washcloth on your own ass makes you gay. I think being in a room with nothing but half naked, sweaty men sounds way gayer. I'm just gonna say. A lot of these men with this advice, all they're telling me is they've either never actually seen a cis woman and if they have, they've never given her an orgasm. Just nope. It makes it, I think back to, and it was some manosphere right wing somebody on Twitter who basically made it very, I can't think of his name, I can see his little mealy mouthed face, who was like, if a woman gets that wet during sex, there's something wrong. And I'm like, my God, just tell the whole world that you've never gotten your wife wet. Wow. Wow.
No.
Hi, Sin, you arrived at the right time. Right in the middle of a really good conversation. Lord. That does sound familiar. A Christian dating app closed down after like 3 days for, quote, not following the laws of the Bible in the locker room. That does sound familiar. And Silent, I think that's exactly who I was thinking of. Or Matt Walsh. It was one of those two fuckers. But yeah. Tayshu, one of my favorite things I've seen a few times, I've seen a few iterations of it, because every time it comes up, it tends to go viral, is people making reels of the announcers doing an announcing thing on a football game and some of the shit they say in it. I mean, it sounds like gay erotica to me when it's those little sound bites in isolation. So I don't know. I've just learned with a lot of things, every accusation is a confession. So I did hear a thing recently that kind of blew my mind. The moment I heard it, it made complete sense, but I'd never thought of it that way. They were talking about that whole, acting like being gay or being, within any part of the umbrella LGBTQIA plus is a choice. What they were saying is those people who are saying that, they chose to be straight. So they think everybody else is choosing. Like, they had a moment come up in their mind of, I could go this way or I could go that way, subconsciously or consciously. And so because they chose to be straight, they think everybody's choosing whatever. And I went, oh, wow. Maybe. Certainly not everybody, but maybe. Oh,
and Silent, no, didn't horrify me. Lola was wooing at the door.
She wanted to be in here. She didn't want to be in here. She wanted to be in here. She didn't want to be in here. Yeah, Tayshu, I agree.
It is ridiculous.
Look, I haven't sufficiently horrified him in all of these years. I don't think it's gonna happen. No. I do make him wonder, and I do worry him,
I
but I haven't horrified him.
I do scratch my head a few times and like, what?
Yeah, and why is it that these alpha male whatevers always kind of look like a thumb? Like, they just don't look like... They are not a great representation of whatever this ultra masculinity is supposed to be. I'm like, look, the reason you're bitter is because every woman who has come across you has gone, oh, no, thank you. No, thank you.
That one tape,
I keep hitting the mic.
That one
Sorry,
tape, he really pulled off the Peg Bundy look.
Look, I like the fact that the fuckers got arrested, but the memes from it, fucking Andrew Tate wearing his blouse. Oh, God. I mean, same. That's true, Tayshu. And there's a whole, like, swath of humanity that cannot imagine that there are people who do not think like them, live like them. Like, they just, something about them, and I don't know what that is. They don't have the imagination. They don't have the empathy. They don't have something that helps them realize that, oh, my experience is not the only experience. And it's sad, really, because, my God, that's a small, closed-minded life to live, and they do seem like they're miserable most of the time. But... yeah. I'm kind of glad that I've created algorithms for myself that only let me see the content that mocks the alpha dude bro thumb looking people. And they don't that doesn't actually come up in my feed. Same. What makes me glad I'm not raising young boys specifically anymore is this whole I've seen articles about it and reporting on it. People have done experiments. Twitter definitely, but even other places, boys and young men sign up for these platforms and they're immediately fed manosphere stuff that then leads into the right-wing talking points of and it takes them, like, the algorithm is almost built to take them down this path. And if they don't have outside influences or anybody watching their consumption, yeah, my God. Yeah, the 21-year-old texted me a couple weeks ago and said, thank you for teaching me communication skills, because, my God, the people who don't have them. I was like, well, it does help that you are emotionally intelligent, and I don't know how much I contributed to that, but I'm glad you have you're an adult with an adult man with some emotional intelligence and communication skills.
Right.
You're basically a fucking unicorn. So we got a little over 10 minutes left based on the moment I'm saying this, not the delay when you actually get to hear it. If there's any last minute questions, now is the time to get them in. Make sure you tag us. Make sure it fits in a single live chat message, and don't spam the chat. Ta-da.
I got tore up by a unicorn recently.
What kind of unicorn? There's so many. Every community has them.
No, a unicorn.
What have you been fucking? I mean, don't judge.
I found a unicorn statue in Terraria.
Oh my God.
And you can wire some of them. So I thought, oh, will I get a cute little unicorn? So I wire this thing up and I turn it on. Unicorn jumps out of there and just like attacks me. It was a violent unicorn.
Look, unicorn hunting is a little offensive. So, Lord. Yeah, anytime I get to see the alpha male dude bro bullshit stuff, or they get like it's a self-own, or they just look as ridiculous as they actually are. Okay, here in Florida, we just had our primaries, and we're registered Democrats, so we voted in the Democratic primary because you have to be registered with a party to vote in the primary in Florida. This is how we do it. I know not every state does it that way. In the Republican primary, because we're getting rid of fucking DeSantis. He is term limited out. Thank God. But so that meant in the Republican primary for governor, that shit, there were like 85 people. Okay. One of them apparently was some online, if you know this term, I can't explain it, but I know the internet says a graper, like one of those Nick Fuentes follower kind of people. One of those guys was running in the Republican primary for governor. He barely got, comparatively, he barely got any votes. And all I could think was, good. I worry for the people who voted for him. Because he was saying some of the most heinous shit publicly where other people could hear him. I was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen in Florida elections, but at least I know that guy's not getting to run for anything. Thank God. So, Mr. Spock, I promise if I had the winning lotto numbers, I would be playing the lotto. Oh my God. I don't play lotto because I would rather just hand a human my money instead of the state. But there have been a couple times lately I'm like, maybe I should try. Maybe the universe will bless me with cash. Lord. You know, Tayshu, that is...
I like that idea, Silent. Setting it up in lava.
Okay. Silent asks, favorite anti-dude bro creator. Okay, there's the speech professor. I tend to see him on Instagram, the speech prof. I like him. Oh, there's this guy. He's a Neil something. I think he's Canadian. I like him, but I can't think of his username. And Andrew something. He does all kinds of stuff. He's not specifically anti-dude bro, but he's kind of anti-dude bro. I like him. I cannot think of his name. I can see his face. Professor Neil. Yes, I like him. I thought there was somebody else.
One person I follow. He doesn't do it specifically, but he, if something really comes up, he will. I believe his name is I'm 6'7". You know who I'm talking about.
I do. He's got that deep old voice.
Yes.
Yeah. And he doesn't do it
respectfully.
Respectfully, of course. Is how he ends. Oh, he's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he is.
A beautiful
he is.
Man.
He is.
Oh my God, he's gorgeous. Yeah, I'm 6'7". I think something about that is in his username.
Yeah.
Will Hitchens, yes, I have. Yes, Silent, it is Andrewski. Yeah. He does a lot when he comes up in when Andrewski comes up in I think that's how he says it. Is that how he says it? Andrewski? I don't know. That dude. I tend to see his growly videos more where like he has to keep going, be cool. But when he talks on those kinds of issues, it's refreshing because he does a complete takedown. Will Hutchins, yes, I have come across him. Liam, the plants, yes, I like him. I like Liam. I have heard the name Brian Taylor Cohen, but I don't think I've seen any of his content.
Tayshu, yeah.
Oh, Tayshu, every time that comes up in my feed, I am legally obligated to watch it from start to finish. Yes.
Yeah.
Tom Holland. Doing the lip syncing. Yeah. That's just a balm to my weary feminine soul.
You know what you haven't talked about? What had you all?
How did I not get there? It's my opportunity to say thekinkery.com.
See?
Y'all. Oh my God, we got 10 minutes. We got less than 10 minutes.
I got her.
I gotta tell you this. If you follow the Kinkery on social media, you will have seen this, okay? Hopefully. I don't know. It doesn't always show people who follow us our fucking posts. Anyway, over the weekend, shout out to the Cricket and Patreon who DM'd us. Because they DM'd us, I'm not saying their name because I'm respecting like their anonymity, but they were like, hey, are you working on your site? Is there something going on? Because I found this site and it says everything's 70% off. And I went, what the fuck? Come to find out, somebody or some bodies in a foreign country had, I don't know what the technical term is, but it basically badly cloned our site to turn it into a phishing scam. And they went so far as our pictures, our product descriptions, whatever, right? Made it look like it was a Shopify store. So I thought they were pretending to BS to sell shitty products. And I had thought I needed to do a DMCA takedown through Shopify. Come to find out, once I checked the who is and the this and the that, they're not in Shopify. I was like, what the fuck? It took a few hours for us to finally narrow it down to, phishing scam. And then because they tried to hide who the fuck they were, I had to like get creative to find who owns your fucking domain. A company in Japan, I think, an Asian country.
Company in Japan went and they had something else out of California that was what they were using to hide their identity.
So I had to put in reports of report abuse, and it took, from the time I put in the report, it took about 12 hours, and the sites were down, but it was like the kinkeryshop.shop, the kinkerystore.shop, the kinkery blah blah blah, buy the kinkery. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And Sunday night, we found the 3. I put in once we figured out who they were coming from, I put in the request like, hey, this is phishing. You need to do something about it. It was Monday morning. I found the 4th one. Holy shit. I was stressed out because, see, at first, I mean, it was bad enough to be a phishing scam. That's awful because that's just, what. But the first thing we thought was, are they selling some crappy thing but pretending to be us? Have they stolen some of our customers? And is that why sales are down? No, sales are down because it's August in this fucking economy. So that was the first panic, and we were, because we thought it was a DCMA takedown first, we had to gather all these links and all this proof, and
you were off doing.
I had to go help the 21-year-old,
and I was sitting there copying links.
And I'm like, JB, can you just copy all these links into a thing for me? Then come to find out, when I get home several hours later and we look into it deeper, it's not a takedown. They weren't pretending to be us to try to sell actual products. It was the phishing scam, but it had our name and our logo, to the point that you could type in the kinkery into Google and their sites were coming up.
Yeah.
A couple times ahead of ours. We fixed it.
Yeah.
I now have Google alerts, and I have a couple other things to help me like find that shit when it happens, so I can do something about it. Yeah, that was the thing that happened. That was the thing that happened.
It was a hot mess.
Yeah. It was stressful. Okay, just remember, it's all awful, but I did feel less stressed when I realized it was a phishing scam. Because I was like, I don't think they would have taken any sales from us. It's all bad. We made them go away.
Yeah.
We're going to try to be more observant, to know where to look, to whatever. Just stay on top of that. The articles I was reading about it, because of AI, because of a lot of overseas stuff, because of how easy it is to make this kind of stuff, a person who was interviewed for some article I read said, it's like playing whack-a-mole. Like the industry in general can't keep up.
Yeah.
We should be able to keep up with our own brand to make sure nobody's doing this, but
Yep.
That was the thing. But it's settled.
Life in the digital age.
We worked together as a team to handle it.
And powered through it.
I didn't freak the fuck out. I managed to sleep Sunday night. When things get really bad with stuff, I'm not sleeping. I'm a wreck. We were calm, cool, collected. Yes, and I put I did a Google alert for both just our name, The Kinkery, but also like the word the and the new word kinkery, but also for it all together, because that's what they had done was the kinkery, all one word. So for a lot of stuff. So I was like, and I haven't, knock on wood, gotten any Google alerts recently.
Yeah.
But I did say to JB, and I think I said this on the kinkery social media, I was like, does this mean we've made it? When they they think we're worth cloning.
Right.
There's enough people shopping that they can like fuck with our people. Sin, that's a good question. I don't know how they choose them either. Here's the thing I had noticed, and I was watching it because I didn't think it was legit, but I was watching the traffic coming to the Kinkery's website. Thank God for Shopify giving me easier access to this information. Mm-hmm. And we were getting a lot of hits from China, but not a single fucking sale. And so in the process, I also tightened down our site, which won't prevent this completely. There are still ways to do this, but I was like, I will be blocking some things. I have a bot blocker. I got some stuff on the site now.
When we started digging into the who is, we found out that was the same time that they registered the domain names. When we had all that extra traffic. So.
You know, Tayshu, that's a good fucking question. If it's a known scam site, why are they approving the charges? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just grateful that the domain registrar, I mean, they had to investigate. They had to go look. They had to do whatever they had to do. But even with this massive time zone between us and Japan, within 12 hours, those sites were down.
Yeah.
So.
It is 10 o'clock.
It is. It is. Mm-hmm. Do you know even my sad little books from literal years ago are on some of those, they've been pirated and there's some of those sites. Like, okay. I've only got so much time and energy to go around, so. But, yes, it is 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Let me triple check I didn't miss a question.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So. Thank y'all for being here.
Enjoyed hanging out.
It was nice. We're still gonna be on break for regular episodes for at least a couple more weeks. Gonna try to do from the archive stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back. I already know one of the first ones when we come back. We're doing a BDSM Reddit episode because we gotta start as you mean to go is how I like to look at it. Anyway, we appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Thank y'all for being here with our chaos and our weirdness. Glad we could answer some questions. And we will see y'all when we see you. Okay.
Be kind.
Bye. Wipe your behind. Actually, it's wash your behind. But also wipe it?
Well, yeah, you know. that is a good thing. All right.
Bye.
Bye.